course, it is a pretty nice day outside overall. It's a little tepid to my liking, but that's okay because it's me. Anyway, I want to talk to you briefly about a whole bunch of crap. I always seem to come up with a million things. But first of all, let me just tell you one thing. I did get the video up to YouTube, the 32-minute one, but it took so much work to get it up there that it made it a really not worth the effort because of the fact that I had to upload for hours to get it up there, even at 360 480p resolution. So I think today, we'll go ahead and try to stick with the normal short 15-minute ones, only because of the fact is that takes too long. And if we do go over 15 minutes, I will try to split the movie into parts so that we can go ahead and continue on the next part. The first video is going to be basically, it's kind of just like an introduction. First thing, let me explain right now that it is, the weather outside is going to eventually, yeah right, eventually, hopefully is going to return to normal. Unfortunately, the normal for this year is colder weather, like about maybe about, for New England, it's usually about 6 degrees is high, and about -4, -5 is the low at this time of year. So tonight is going to be cooling down, but it will still be a little bit on the high side, as it was last night. Now today, of course, is about almost a week before almost 2 weeks before my coronation or so, because that's on December 21st. At 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and so therefore we would love to cover that live, but let's talk about that because I think that's a good thing. Why don't I get a chance to talk about it? Okay, you talk about it. The reason why we can't do it live on the radio or TV is because the spiritual energies that will be present at that coronation are going to want to be able to get through without having to compete with a bunch of excessive electrical noise. So, because this coronation is so important, we want to make sure that all spirits are able to participate in this event. Absolutely. And that will also mean, of course, is that we will not be covering this on YouTube or on any other electronic means. However, I do want to have a coronation, at least broadcast for posterity's sakes, historical sakes, but the truth of the matter is that coronation isn't really so much of a video presentation as is a spiritual exercise that will involve the use of the special energies, the spiritual energies. I wanted to talk to you today about, why the Snow Queen role was so important. And I keep trying to try to put my feelings into words, and I constantly run into a roadblock. For some reason, I just never am able to answer the question. I've asked myself the question over and over again. It says, if I was a reporter and I was to interview me, and I asked the question, why is being the Snow Queen so special? And I can't answer it. I cannot answer it because it's just too profound and too deep of an answer to explain. First of all, you have to understand what the beauty of snow is. Beauty of winter, the beauty of icicles, the beauty of the season overall. You got Christmas, you got Yule, you got New Year's, you got my birthday, you got Easter. Well, okay, Easter's spring. Well, if you include Ostara, of course, is actually spring too, but I guess we can include that too. President's Day, Valentine's Day, which is the day after my birthday, by the way, and if you think of all these little holidays, the itty-bitty ones, that makes it this 3 months jam-packed with fun and activities and ways to be thankful for the holidays around us. Now, as I and Lemmy, we have spent many quiet times in bed, and we have enjoyed nuzzling and snuggling and talking, and so I'm going to just give you one thing that can clearly state, like I said this morning, if I ever lost my position because of something I have not done, or, I have not done wrong, but someone just took my position, stripped it away from me, I would be devastated. I cannot imagine anything as precious to me as being the Snow Queen of North America. This is the most special thing. I love it. I love being a part of the new paradigm of people who are going to be becoming those who have been responsibly selected by the powers to be, Mother Asna, Father Yahweh. There are 7 stewards. Originally, this is the way it was supposed to be. There will be 7 stewards for each season, 3 for the Northern Hemisphere, and 4 for the Southern Hemisphere. And what has happened is that several of the stewards are still technically in training. I was appointed earlier because last year I was just an intern, and I demonstrated to Mother Asna that I knew my stuff. I knew what I was doing. I had a good control, good grasp of the elements I need to have access to. But that's a great thing. But still, we're talking about, something that somebody said to me is, well, isn't that a violation of the powers to be, the powers of God, when you can go ahead and, do such a thing? And let me get your face. My cat is staging me. Get off my camera. First of all, let me just tell you right now, I'm very serious to what I do. I am dedicated to the weather. I am dedicated to all the beauty of the environment. I am dedicated to winter, and I've always been dedicated to the cold and the snow and the ice. And I've always loved winter, and I always will, because winter is part of my life. I grew up enjoying winter like every other young little girl did. I had a good time. I used to enjoy the family gatherings, Christmas and Thanksgiving, and of course, and New Year's. We'd get there and have fun. And I remember those years, and those are happy times for me. Unfortunately, there also were a few sad ones too, including one that profoundly changed my life. It was a couple of years ago. One of my favorite uncles, who was a philanthropist. He was a rich man. He was a multimillionaire. He did a lot for the community at large. He passed on. And I knew that my parents were having Christmas Eve, the whole extended family was there. It was at his home. And I knew deep down this was the last one with my uncle. A couple days later, he had a heart attack in the bathroom and died. I remember when I went over to his casket, and I looked down on his prostrate body, and I said to him, Uncle Arnie, I'm going to continue on your legacy to the best of my ability. I may not have much, but I do got a heart, and I will continue on in helping others in need as best I could. And so I have been working ever since that time to achieve that goal of reaching out to my uncle. And I know that he's watching me from the other side on occasion, and he's saying to himself, she's doing pretty good, considering the fact that she's not a millionaire. She doesn't have lots of money, but she's got a heart the size of Texas, and she's got a brain about the size of North America, and she definitely is concerned about the well-being of all people.